We are live. We are live. What's up, y'all? Welcome to another Sync Hustle Mindset live stream where we talk about all things sync, hustle, and mindset. Because if your mindset is impaired, your hustle will be impaired. And we do our best to correct that on this channel. We want to make sure everybody's trying, getting to where they're trying to go, with the least bit of problems and resistance. So that's what we do here. Real live, active community. We support each other. It's dope, man. I love this channel, and you will too. So today we're going to be talking about buying beats. Yeah, man. I know it's a controversial topic. The artists out there are going to want to listen to this. The producers may not so much, and I'm a producer too. So keep in mind, I'm not trying to drag producers or anything. And we're not going to start off on no negativity or whatever. But there are some things that artists, rappers and singers need to know when it comes to buying beats, especially when it pertains to sync licensing. And we're going to clear up any myths and misconceptions today so you guys are well informed and you guys know what's up when you guys are going to BeatStars and you're leasing beats. We're going to let you know what your rights are, how much freedom you have with these beats when you purchase them and lease them. We're going to talk about ownership and some of the things that you need to do to protect yourself in order to make sure that your hustle is as smooth as possible, your journey is as smooth as possible. So with all that being said, this is a live stream. I'm on here by myself right now. So we're going to wait till a few people pop in here and then we're going to get into the meat of the sandwich. We're going to try not to go too long today. I got some stuff to do. Actually got to try to get out of here at about noon. But with all that being said, even if people don't pop in here, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a game so you guys know. I'm really, really looking forward to people coming in though, because I want to hear you guys' experiences when it comes to buying and leasing beats and some of your opinions. So what's up, Petro? How you doing? Congratulations on our first release, brother. How you feeling about it? And for all of you guys that don't know, Petro Media, aka Terrence Anderson, produced a slapper for us for me and Taekwon Black called Mulholland Drive. Mulholland Drive is a very cool song, and it's off of a project called PTSD that Taekwon and I are doing. It's taken a minute to do it because thank goodness sync is getting in the way and taking up some time. But it's a very, very personal project. We named it PTSD because we kind of feel like we both suffer from that due to some things that how we were raised and that kind of thing. And so rather than talk a lot about it, we just decided to put it in the music, and so that's what we're doing. So, but today the single Mulholland Drive is live on all DSPs, so go check it out. Stream it, stream it, stream it. Um, Listen to it on YouTube. Let us know your opinions. Get in those comments and let us know. And we're gonna keep dropping music, man. We coming. We've been recording all year, stacking them up. Everything's getting mixed right now, and that's a good thing. So, with all that being said, let's wait till a few people get into the live, and then we're gonna get into the meat of the sandwich today. What's up, Segura? How you doing? Happy Friday. Thank you so much, man. Segura's congratulating us on our first release together. I bet you guys didn't even know Terrence got down like that. Petro got down like that. Yeah, he's got a lot of surprises for you. Very, very dope. But today, if you're a music producer, there's some information that we're going to be passing along that you guys need to know. And like I said, it's not just me. Uh, The people in the community are very well informed. Thank goodness I got some people in here that are part of Sync Hustle Mindset community that are very, very well informed. They're very adamant about learning stuff every week. And so I find my job here on the live stream to be very easy at times because I'm not just sitting on here giving you information. You guys are giving me information as well. I'm learning as well. And that's what's so dope about this community. People trying to give each other that leg up, that help, help each other and make sure everybody is well informed and that kind of thing. So looking in the comments, what's up, KJ Rhodes? How you doing? Happy Friday. Welcome to another Sync Hustle Mindset. Walter Bowie, we've been missing you, man. I got your messages, man. I got you. We've been missing you. I've been away for 2 weeks, but I'm back in the house. So let's fire emojis for Walter for coming back. He didn't forget us. We're gonna just get into it today, man. I'm not gonna wait too long for people to get in. because I got to go get out in the streets today. Got some stuff to do. So we're gonna try to keep it like right at an hour. And you see, I did the little promo a little while ago, so hopefully some people pop in here, and they're coming. They're coming. That's right. And we're already jumping into it. So first of all, let's get into the wins real quick. Stop, petrol. You jumping again on. You know how we do this, man. Let's get into the wins real quick because I want to see what you guys did this week. Now you good, man. I'm gonna need that energy in a minute. I just want to see what everybody did this week. Who leveled up a little bit? Who learned something? Who took a couple steps forward? From where they were last week. This is the win section, y'all. You know how we do it every week. Let's go. Beats by Willie T TV. First time tuning up. What's up? So welcome to the live stream, man. Beats by Willie T TV. So this is the Sync Hustle Mindset where we talk about all things sync, hustle, and mindset. Because if your mindset is impaired, your hustle will be impaired. And so we make sure that people are, in the right frame of mind. And it's not all about just learning sting outs and learning how to format your music for sync. Like, what are you gonna do those days when you get up and you don't feel like doing it? Like you might be depressed or had an argument with your girl or something so we talk about the things that we need to do to stay in the game and stay focused so we can cross that finish line, right? See what I'm saying? So, and we got a real dope, active, live, helpful, you know, very adamant community on here. And when I say adamant, I mean adamant about making sure everybody gets this knowledge. So that's why every week the first thing we do, we get on the live stream, we talk about win. So a win is anything that you did since last Friday, since I talked to you guys last Friday. And that could be anything like, you know, learning a new skill, mixing something, completing a record, pitching something, soaking up some YouTube University, whatever it is. In our regular lives, we don't get this celebrated by our friends and family. So here we celebrate everything that you do to get at least 1 inch past where you were the week before. That's a win. So we celebrate it. And this is for all our new people that are coming in. So thank you so much. Let's give Beats by Willie T some fire emojis real quick and welcome him to the live stream. Show him this energy. And we're going to the wins. If you guys hear any noise in the background, I got 2 new kittens, and the studio is their room right now because I have an older cat that I'm taking my time to introduce them to, and so they have to be in here. They've been in here for about a week. So if you see somebody jump on something in the background, that's just T'Challa and Shuri. Yeah, T'Challa and Shuri. If you know, you know. Okay, so Gara says my drill battery happened to die while I was working just in time for the live while it's charging. Good. It's not good that it died, but it's good that it died with the timing so you're able to come in and join us. Shout out to Sagara, one of the OGs in here. Green Coast Music, happy Friday. How you doing, man? Nice to see you. All right, y'all. Chill out. God, they play so rough. Little 13-week-old kittens. Okay, so let's see. Walter Boy says, I hit a triple. Uh-oh. I'm ready to clap already. He says, I hit a triple, landed 3 tracks in 1 episode on Dateline NBC 2 weeks ago. That was real blessings. Now, first of all, fire emojis, fire emojis, fire emojis to Walter Boyd because that's a super dope win. You got 3. It reminds me of my day back in the day, man. Not to make this all about me. I'm not a narcissist, I swear, but when I first got rolling good, that was the indicator that I was in the game, right? When you start watching shows and you see, Jesus Christ, y'all, you hear multiple uses of your music in 1 episode. That's dope. That means somebody over there is really rocking with it. It means a lot of stuff. It means A, somebody's rocking with you. It means B, you're making the music correctly. You're doing what you need to do, right? As far as making that music correctly because of that type of usage. Um, and trust me, it's just gonna keep going. It's gonna stack up. Once they start doing that, you've reached another plateau. So if you don't know that now, just give yourself a pat on the back. Fire emojis for that because you reached another plateau when they're using multiple in the episode. So huge win, Huge win for Walter. That's what's up. Walter's an OG, man. Walter's an OG like me. He's an unk like me. So, for all of you youngsters out there, just know sync is something that you can do at any age. It's not just a young person's or older person's, or anybody can get in and do this at any time as long as they're willing to learn what they need to learn and put that work in. So fire emojis for Walter, man. Very inspiring. Super dope. Super dope. So Petrol, oh yeah, you got me scrolling now. Petrol says, I'm releasing an Afro drum kit with over 500 loops and one shots. I should have the preview ready today, and then it's promo time. Fire emojis, fire emojis, fire emojis. That's a huge win because Petrol is out there working, hustling. The hustle is strong in this one. The hustle is strong in this, brother. For real. You know, developing multiple streams of income. Like I say, I get on here and I say, we got to fight with all limbs. Whatever you can do, do. Bite, kick, scratch, whatever you can do, do. We're talking about the benefits of Jesus Christ, y'all. Hey, I don't know why they're doing this right now. As soon as one comes close, I'll introduce y'all to them, but they're in here tripping right now. Um, yeah, so last week we were talking about the energy. Hold on. Come here. Stop it. So last week we were talking about some interesting stuff, and really leaning into what the importance of the hustle, right? So we were talking about, can you really make a living off sync? Can you pay your bills with sync? And the answer, the short, is yes, you absolutely can. There's a lot of factors that you can't control, but yes, at the end of the day, it's 100% possible for you to be paying all your bills and earn a good living with sync. But the odds are, okay, even though it's possible, and the more you do, the more your odds increase of you being able to be successful in this space. But the fact of the matter is that if you have other skills, if you have other talents, you need to exercise those talents too. So you see our guys, Excalibur Zero, uh uh Anthony Clint, XJ Will, um and the likes, like, they're all going in around the social media and the sync education space because they can do that. They're very, very knowledgeable. They have multiple skill sets, and you see their social media is dope. um do they have to do this? Probably not. They're probably getting enough bread with their placements, especially since they've been in the game so long that they can survive off the placements. But you trying to make more money, and you trying to have multiple streams of income. So whatever you guys can do, you do it, right? Schedule the time, make sure that your time is efficient, but whatever it is you can do, do it. So for all of you guys that are getting in the sync, new to sync, and you're thinking, okay, I'm gonna start getting placements, and placements is gonna pay everything. Yeah, that's 100% possible for that to happen. Hold on. What is this? Where'd you get this? Oh my God, where are you guys getting? Jesus Christ, man. I'm sorry, you guys. So I have another keyboard over here. I didn't even know this just happened. Cats. So you see this? That's a key off my keyboard. I don't even know how this happened. I don't even know how this happened because the keyboard didn't fall. So this is Shuri. Shuri is very active. Shuri is the one that's jumping around right now, tripping. And T'Challa, I don't know where he is. He's around here. Oh, here he's drinking some water. So I'm gonna leave him alone. Um, But I digress. These guys are distracting the hell out of me right now. So I'm gonna have to buy another keyboard. I don't even know how that popped off of there. Um, but anyway, so fire emojis for petrol, fire emojis for petrol for dropping the loop and the sample pack. And that goes just along with what I'm talking about, man. You fight with all limbs, you do what you need to do. So fire emojis. So welcome, Willie. Um, what's up, Cherry? How you doing, lady? Thanks for the promo, man. I appreciate you. Love you to death. Everybody's saying hi to everybody. Yeah, these cats in here tripping. Cats turning up is funny. Soon as T'Challa comes around, I'll introduce you. Wait, where'd he go? Oh, here he is, right at my feet. So here you guys go. I'm sorry, guys. We're gonna get back into it. Just go get this introduction out the way. So this is T'Challa, and this is Shuri, and they are from the same litter. Got them from a pound week ago. Actually, I had two other. I have another cat in there, big cat. Had two cats. Lost a cat last week. Can't really talk about it. I'm gonna get all emotional. I love that cat. Had it for 15 years. Shout out to Karma for all those of Karma. I love her to death. Always will. But yeah, had to go get these two for Maximus, which is my other big cat who grew up with Karma, so he wouldn't mourn too much. And he's having a little issue, because animals miss each other and stuff. And so you never just introduce animals, just throw them in front of each other. You got to get the big one used to the scent of the little one. So he's known they've been here for about a week. And I know. And so, yeah, they're going to go get their shots pretty soon. As a matter of fact, that's why I got to jump off of here at noon, because this one has got to go get a shot. This one went yesterday and got a shot because they got a little cold from the pound. And yeah. So these two, and that's what you see in the background. This is Shuri. This is T'Challa. Say hi to the say hi to the fam. Oh, you gonna bite me? Okay, let's go. Get down there. Go on somewhere. Go play. All right. Thank you guys for letting me do that. Get that out the way. I know I'm not trying to waste nobody's time. But so let's see here. I'm going back to the wins. Yeah, man. Walter says thank you, and he appreciates the love. You know how we do, man. We really celebrate. Like when you guys do something and we're sending fire emojis, we mean that. We mean, like, we really want each other to win. We want each other to level up. And every week that goes by, you do stuff like this. You come to this live stream, you do all of your sync education stuff during the week, you apply what you learn, and you level up every week. Even if you feel like you haven't leveled up yet, just coming to this live stream and participating in this community is definitely a way to level up, because you're going to hear some gems here no matter what. Like, we drop them every week. Those of you guys that come every week, that are part of this community, that are contributing, you guys know, because you guys are helping drop these gems. So you guys know how it is. So let's go back to the wins. Cherry says, rounding up the SCM ladies to work on a few female empowerment projects. Now that's smart as hell. And first of all, fire emojis, fire emojis, fire emojis to lady producer, because you know she's a beast at it. I'm not gonna even like brag on her right now, but that's so smart to do. For you guys that don't know, female empowerment records are very, very big in sync. Female records, period. Female vocals in sync are always huge. So you doing that for Smash Coast, we love that, and we're ready to pitch them. We're going hard with the advertising right now, and they're gonna love that. They're gonna absolutely love that. So fire emojis, fire emojis, fire emojis. We appreciate it. Smash Coast up in here. The ladies of SCM. I love it. SM, and that's SCM, not SMC. It's cherry lady producer. Okay, fire emojis, fire emojis, fire emojis. Green coast, green coast, green coast. Coast. So any more wins, real quick? Let me look at the time. Got to keep the time. It's 11:18. Okay, we good. We're good on the time. So we're in the win section. I'm excited. Let me hear something else. December 1st, y'all. If you guys haven't checked us out, Terrence Anderson, myself, and Taquan Black, the artist, dropped a song today called Mulholland Drive. It's on all DSPs. Go check it out. Your boy's on there singing. In case you guys didn't know, I do sing. I do hooks. I sing. I write. I fight with all limbs just like everybody else, man. Segura says, I learned how to do drywall this week and a few other home improvement things. Shout out to Segura. And that's something that's near and dear to my heart, because your boy used to work construction. I'm like a Jamaican. I had a bunch of jobs back in the day. So if I ever had to get out of music and go back into the private sector, I know how to do a lot of stuff, right? Like, I'm old school. So I work on cars and did construction, and I can drive forklift and, all that kind of stuff. And so drywall It's not a difficult thing to do, but it's an easy thing to do incorrectly, right? And so shout out to Segura for learning that because learning drywall means you're probably going to be building yourself out a studio or something. What are you over there working on? Fire emojis, fire emojis, fire emojis, because that's a win. Anything you learn, it don't got to be music. Anything you learn, anything you're trying to learn. If you became a little bit smarter in anything this week, that is a win, and we celebrate that 100%. So fire emojis, fire emojis, fire emojis. Personally, I try to be smarter every night I go to sleep. Just a little bit, learn something. I don't care if it's looking at YouTube videos or something. I'm going to know something more than I did when I woke up that morning. For real, for real. Jerry says dyslexic. No, no, you're not. So Garrett says renovating our bathroom. Okay, so that's a big job. That's definitely something that you can make a mistake in, renovations. And for you to be renovating and learning at the same time, which is usually how we do it. We just jump in, you don't want to pay them thousands of dollars to have somebody come do it, and plus you're not really sure if they're doing it right. So at least if you know it, you're going to be able to do it the way you want it and you're going to do it correctly. So fire emojis, fire emojis, fire emojis. We're not talking about music right now, obviously. We're talking about wins. So anything is a win. After the live, I'm putting the bathtub surround. Boy, look at you hear this. He going in. He's going in. Petro says home improvement is a challenging and great learning experience. Absolutely. Having a home, period, is a blessing, whether you can improve it or not. So next week, just to let you guys know before we jump out of the wins, go ahead and type some more wins in before we get into this topic. Um, I may or may not be here next week because your boy is going on a cruise. Wait, what is next week? Next week is the hold on, let me check real quick just to make sure. While you guys are typing the wins in now. Here we go. So next Friday. Yeah, next Friday is the 8th. I'm out of here. So next Friday, I'm going on a cruise. I'm going to Mexico with my family, man. It's my sister's 70th birthday, and she's not my older sister. I got another sister older than her. And we're all going. A bunch of us, my kids, my sisters, bunch of us are going on this cruise to Mexico, man. So it's my first family vacation. It's my first time on a cruise. It's my first time on a vacation like this. So and I'm 57. So like it's a lot of firsts. And so it's I may live stream that day, give y'all some live stream. I think by 11 o'clock I might be on the boat already. I think we're gonna board before that, but there's like a 5-hour boarding window. So I'll let you guys know during the week. But if not, then I will be skipping a week. Hold on, man. Y'all are not gonna do this to me with these messages. Take that off. Okay. This is live TV. You know how it happens sometimes, man. It's live TV. So I'm looking for the wins. Dude, y'all are tripping. Okay, so I turned the notification off. I'm not doing none of that. Okay, so looking for the wins. Congrats on the cruise. Hey, safe travels. Have fun on the cruise. I'm gonna try, man. We don't even know. We don't even know. Me and my girl don't even know how it's gonna like. We're gonna take what it is, Dramamine patches and pills and stuff. Like everybody's telling us it's gonna be cool, but we don't know if we're gonna be seasick or whatever. So it's up in the air. So, but we're gonna try to have fun. I know all the food is gonna be good, and it's all you can eat. So I'm gonna be on there eating crab legs and doing my thing. So definitely gonna be documenting everything. I'll be live streaming from the ship and all that kind of stuff. So fun stuff. So check out my IG. But I digress. We don't got time to be talking about my cruise and my vacation and stuff, man. I'm in the wins. Any more wins? If not, Hold on a second. Little sneezer. Hold on. Let me give him some steam real quick. It's Mulholland Drive on Apple Music. Hey, I can't stay long today, but wanted to tap in and say hi to everyone. So London, ooh, sneezer, stop it. Here, get you some steam. Here, get you some of that. Okay. You some yeah, I just did that. That's in here for the humidifiers in here for the kittens. So shout out to London. Congratulate London. I want to see fire emojis, because London is now Team Smash Coast. Yeah, met her in Atlanta at the Shades of Sing conference. So if y'all don't know how dope she is already, go follow her on IG, follow her on all her social media, check out her posts. She DJs, she makes music, she collabs. She's out there swinging with all limbs like I told you, man. She's doing what she's supposed to do. So, yeah. All right, so we got about half an hour, so let's get into it, y'all. So first of all, right, the name of the live stream, and I wasn't trying to clickbait you guys. I was saying, should artists buy beats? You know, that's kind of a yes or no question, or can get kind of convoluted. First, you know what? I'm not even gonna say anything right now. Do any of you guys have any experience buying or selling beats? Let me see in the comments real quick, because I told you I wanted to hear from you guys. So what's up, Petro? Let me hear. Oh yeah, London. We setting up for 2024 right now, man. So it's about to be a hot mess at Smash Coast. So Petrol and Beats by Willie, you know, briefly in a short little paragraph, just explain your experience with buying beats, you know, and how do you feel about it? And we're gonna discuss it, because there's some things that you guys need to know, because I'm seeing guys are wanting to do that. There's a lot of people that are having issues collaborating with people, and so they'll go to, you know, they'll go that route. They'll go to BeatStars and just try to lease beats, but then they'll try to submit the songs that they create with these beats to sync opportunities. And I've even seen situations where people buy beats and then try to resell those beats. Craziness, right? So Segura says, I sold a few years ago. So I'm looking in the comments. I'm still waiting for Petrol and Beats by Willie T TV to pop up. Willie T. So Petrol says, I think the streaming age changed it a lot. But back in 2007, Universal and Dev Jam used to pay 3 grand minimum with royalty structure. Now it's a mess with the leasing game. So you're talking about labels buying beats. I'm talking about us individuals buying beats from each other. I'm not talking about companies, because companies still do that now. Companies will buy your music exclusively. They'll do buyouts. They're not paying no 3 grand. They're paying more like $200, $300 or whatever. But I'm talking about individual artists, recording artists, buying beats from producers. And Beats by Willie says, I haven't bought beats, but I've sold beats. So I'm seeing more of you guys, because there's more producers in here than artists, of course. And you guys are going to be on one side of the fence. I'm a producer as well, so I know what you're talking about. But when I get into what I get into, um, independently, I've sold a few for 500, and we work out an agreement for the rights. Haven't done it in a while since the changes. Okay, so here's the thing, you guys. Right here's the thing. It depends on what your purpose is. If you're trying to buy beats from somebody, it depends on what you plan on doing with those beats, right? So one thing I want you guys to know, even you producers that have been selling beats or thinking about selling beats or whatever, you guys might not know this as well. But if there's no agreement in place, right? When you have a BeatStars page, a website, however you're selling your beats to somebody, if there's not an agreement in place giving the rights of that music over to the person that purchased it, right? And you're not signed off, all signed off on this agreement, then you selling a beat and saying exclusive on your website. Hey, yeah, tripping. You guys selling beats as exclusive on your website does not mean that they're exclusive. Um, the person purchasing that beat does not have any rights to really do anything, even though technically they bought the beat or they leased the beat under an exclusive agreement. And even that I found is, I don't want to use the word shady, but it's shaky ground to say the least. Because if, say, a producer has a beat that's really dope, right? And they put it on the BeatStars page, and you come and you say, hey, I want to purchase that beat exclusively. I don't want anyone else to have it, right? And they're like, okay, even though the beat's already been on their page and people have already heard it and listened to it, and it probably has even gotten leased out before that, right? Now, you really have to trust that producer to be honest with you and let you know if that beat has been leased before, and then if you truly have exclusivity. um and what I just said about trust, you can forget all that, because there is no trust in, like, in business. Once you, unless once you get to a certain point, you trust. Once you get to know a brand and they've done you right for a while, then there's trust. But at the beginning, you got to have paperwork, because paperwork protects everyone. So just so you guys know, there is no such thing as exclusivity. Technically there's supposed to be, but a lot of these producers, if you go and give them $500 for an exclusive for their beat, and then they say, okay, no one else can have that beat, I'm going to take it off my site. And then somebody else hits them up in a week and says, hey man, that beat that you had on your site, I really wanted it for myself. I'll give you $1,000 for it. Do you think, how many producers do you know are ethical enough to be like, you know what, I'm not going to take that $1,000. I already sold that beat last week, but I'll make you another one, right? A lot of producers out there aren't as ethical, and they're hustling, they're trying to get money. And then they, to be honest with you, a lot of producers don't think you're going to do nothing with it anyway, so they're just going to try to get that money and then face the consequences later. So even though I'm a producer, the reason why I'm doing this uh topic is really not so much for the producers, because like I said at the top of the live, we got to fight with all them. So if you can lease your beats, if you can sell your beats, you do what you need to do. But from the artist standpoint, right, just know that when you get this music, it's not your music, and you have absolutely no right to go pitch it anywhere for anything. You can't put it out, without at risk of being sued if it blows up. You definitely can't send it to a music supervisor, put it in the sync space, because it's not one stop. So one stop means that everyone has signed off on everything. There's anything that needs to be cleared is cleared. That client is not going to have to be chasing down anything. Metadata is all there. So, they come one stop to you, they get everything they need. They're free to go place that music. So when you go purchase music from BeatStars, or you lease it or buy it from somebody, it's not one stop, because there's somebody that you don't actually work with that's involved. And that's the creator of the music. That's the producer, right? And I've seen cases where, I've gotten music to Smash Coast and got that music on television. And then the producer of that music, because I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do, I got it from one party. They did a collab with another person. That other person wasn't involved in our process. Next thing you know, they're calling the network saying, hey, take my music off of this TV show. I didn't sign off on this. It was a hot mess. I almost lost the client and everything, because we promote ourselves as a one stop. So as soon as that happened, that meant that with that, at least with that placement, we weren't one stop. There was some issues that we had. And so, um, yeah, you want to make sure there's an agreement in place every time you go to deal with anybody. So how do we circumvent all these issues with buying beats and this and that? The problem is that, a lot of rappers, especially, are the ones that I'm really talking to, are the ones that go to buy beats. And I see it online all the time. The rappers will approach producers and be like, hey man, let's collab, let's work together and this and that. And a lot of the guys that I see doing that, they're not really bringing any value to the producers, because they're just trying to put the music out. They want to be famous. I don't want to say it's ego driven, But as an artist, you do have an ego and you do want to be heard. You do want to be seen. So a lot of times when the artists approach the producers, this is the mindset they have. Hey man, you provide the music, I'll provide the lyrics and the artistry, and together we'll win. Well, from a producer standpoint, like where do we see the win at? Like when is the win gonna happen? The win's gonna happen like when you become famous or really popular and blow up. What are the odds of that happening? Then they're going to be looking at how you're moving, how much music you're actually dropping, and are you dropping visuals? Are you online talking about other stuff that has nothing to do with your artistry and this and that? As a music producer, I'll tell you guys straight up, if an artist is dope, they're not going to have to chase me. You know what I mean? And they're probably not going to have to pay for music. And this is just my personal opinion of the artist. It's not just the music. I'm going to look at how they're moving around and all that stuff. So if you guys are rapping and trying to collab with producers and you're having issues with producers, uh, collabing with you, A, they might just not be feeling you. B, you might not be bringing value to the situation because like they want to eat too. Them days of like, hey man, let's collab and da 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 da. It can happen, but they're pretty much over with because like Petro said, because of streaming and all of these other things that are in the way of our direct bread. We really have to put a lot of value and thought into the projects that we take on because we don't want to waste any time, right? As producers, right? And so my advice would be to any artist or rapper out there, and you guys too, I talk about this a lot. Don't approach anybody wanting them to do something for you or with you without you bringing value to the situation. So the whole, hey man, let's do music together. You produce the music, I'll rap, and we'll win together. That's dead. Will you stop? T'Challa is tripping. What's up, T'Challa? Um, that's dead. Don't even worry about doing that anymore. If I were you, if I was a rap artist or a recording artist, I would 100% be doing sync along with my other stuff, putting music out on the DSPs or whatever. But approaching a producer with sync licensing automatically brings value to your situation because now that producer can see, okay, well, hell, they're aiming for TV placements, and this is something that we can see in the shorter term. Like, even if it takes a year, 2 years to get that first placement, it's still a realistic goal versus, blowing up online, getting famous, getting discovered, and that kind of thing. If To be honest with you, like, yeah, it happens organically all the time still, but more times than not, in order to blow up a single, and I know because we just released one, you're gonna have to spend a lot of money to promote it, which we're not gonna do. We don't got money to be spending $10,000 a week to promote a record, and that's just the reality of it. Music comes out, it's a flash in the pan, we pay attention to it for a few days, and it's on to the next thing, whatever. So you really want to musically start thinking in the mindset of doing things that stick, right? You put out a single with somebody, say somebody does, will you get out of here? And this is Shuri Calico. All right, get out. uh she was on my lap. Say like say like you do put some music out and it blows up, right? You're gonna want to have sync involved anyway, because that's gonna allow you to have a more steady stream of income. It's also going to allow you to build relationships within that community that's going to allow you to make money later on. You know, Usually when you put a record out, it's just going to crescendo and then that's it. If you put it out, it's going to do what it does for a little bit and then that's it. And then the producer's going to be like, okay, well, yeah, we dropped this, we did a video, you got a few thousand, cut it out. You got a few thousand views and this and that, but like nothing really happened. There's no meat to stick on it. And to be honest with you, as a producer, like especially if you feel like you're dope, if you feel like your beats are dope, right? You want to hear dopeness on your beats, or you at least want to see some activity, right? So the live stream was, should artists buy beats? Yeah, they should buy beats, but they shouldn't buy beats to actually do business with the beats. If you are in a creative space, right? And I do this with Splice all the time. Everybody knows you shouldn't use Splice samples or loops to pitch the TV film, and I don't do that, right? The only music that I make now for sync is for advertising. I don't do music for TV film because I don't fight against my team. But for my creativity, I'm on Splice a lot because Splice got dope loops. I'm not gonna front. Like they got some dope stuff on Splice, right? And I'll drag it in and chop it up and do what I need to do, whatever. But I'm not doing that to pitch that music to sync or sell that music or anything like that. If I manipulate the sample enough or the loop enough, then yeah, excuse me, we're gonna drop a song on the DSP. I'll do that. And then that's just to try to keep us relevant. The music is going to do what it does. But as far as actually trying to do business with splice loops, like, nah, because I know if I pick a dope loop off of Splice, somebody else would have ear heard that loop and they're probably using it too. I've heard splice loops on stuff, right? Even on TV shows I've heard, which is crazy to me. But because you're not supposed to pitch that stuff because you get in a lot of copyright trouble with that. But it did slide through a couple times. So going back to buying beats, yeah, if you're gonna use the beats that you buy, if you hear something somebody's doing that's inspiring to you, you think this dope, then by all means, yeah, buy that beat, get in the lab, do something. If you come out with something, um, you know, spectacular from it, yeah, drop that music on the DSPs. But what I would do before anything gets released, anything gets put out, is I would go to that producer and I would have an ironclad agreement with that producer that spells out, you know, whatever the scenarios are. If this thing blows up, this is what happens with us. If we cross a certain threshold, this is what happens with us. Um, but you want exclusivity, and you're not going to get exclusivity on BeatStars. You're just not. You're going to have some issues. So one thing that I think would be very helpful as far as you guys to get exclusivity is to, like I said, come with value to the situation. Don't ask anybody just to do stuff for you. Say, hey man, I'm trying to get into the sync, or I'm in sync and I got a situation with a library, or I want to pitch to this library or this company, and they're getting a lot of placements. You can even send them a link or whatever, but let them know that you have a business mindset, that you have, you know, your mind is on trying to make money in the shortest term possible, and the only value you're bringing way more value than just trying to be famous, right? And that's what I'm seeing. One of the reasons why I brought this topic up is because I was seeing hate on social media from the rap artists. Man, these producers be charging too much for beats. Well, I disagree with that, because if you don't know how to produce music, how are you going to say what we charge is too much? It's a skill set that took a long time to learn, right? And plus, I'm not going to even get into the investment of the equipment and that kind of stuff. So we charge what we charge. Balenciaga sells regular hoodies with the word Balenciaga across the front for starting at $800, average $1,200. Ain't nobody writing Balenciaga saying, "Hey man, you guys are charging too much for your hoodies." You trying to wear a Balenciaga hoodie? You want to be seen on social media with that name brand, the Louis Vuitton Air Forces and the Gucci this and the Yves Saint Laurent that. Like, ain't nobody scared to go spend money, even if it's knockoffs. You still trying to look expensive. You still spending some money or whatever. But then when it comes to people making beats, producing music, it's like, oh, you're charging too much. Nah, we're not charging too much. If you're coming to me and you like my music that much to where you want to work on my music, then you think it's dope. How long did it take for me to get that dope? How much equipment did I buy and practice on and learn? Because you don't just buy software and know it. You don't just buy equipment and know it. We have to learn how to use all this stuff. I had to learn how to use an MPC, the ASR10, and Cakewalk and Pro Tools and all these DAWs or whatever. So it took a lot of time to learn how to do all of this stuff, and then to be able to create music efficiently and sound good with the stuff that we're learning. So how can you put a price on that? You can't. You can't put a price on that. We can. We put a price on what we feel is worth. We're still trying to not kill you guys with the prices, but for artists to say, "Hey, you guys are charging too much," I don't agree with that at all. Because if we're doing something you don't know how to do, how can you say that? How can you say what to charge? You don't even know how to do it. You don't have the skill set. So with all that being said, um, yeah, let me hear some of your experiences. You hear me over here ranting, and plus it's getting towards, we got about 15 minutes. Let me get towards the comments here. Let's see. Cherry says, bad idea, especially if producers are leasing the same beat to other people. It would have to be an exclusive deal, you know. And when you have somebody with a beat website, what are the odds of you getting an exclusive deal that's truly exclusive? What are the odds? The producer is trying to get as much money on that one beat as possible, Cherry said. Actually, that's true. Petrol says, I actually had to pull a track from a future submission to smash codes from one of my co-writers because he leased it to an artist. I told him that we don't need that drama if they hear it on TV. Yeah, man. It's like, look, if you can't pay attention to just me, then I don't want to deal with you. Right. So if I can't get a situation where you're making, I'm an artist and you're making music just for me, you know, I don't want to deal with you. You know, I just don't. I mean, there's people right now that we're working with. I won't name any names, but Taekwon is my artist, right? So anytime I try to link Taekwon up with producers, I want the producers to make music specifically for him, right? Talk to him, get to know his personality. Don't pull old music up. Don't be like, oh, I had this song me and so made, or this beat me and so made 6 years ago, or 4 years ago, or 2 years ago, or whatever. And I think it'll be good for the artist. I don't agree with that because there's no there's no glue there. You're not creating with the artist. The artist has artistry. The artist should have something, some feedback, something, whether they like the music. Ultimately it's their art. They're going to be putting their lyrics and telling their story on their art. So anytime Tay and I work on something, yeah, I have 10,000 old beats. I don't pull up old beats for him. I don't pull up anything that, oh, I feel like he'll be good on this, I think he'll sound good on this. That's ego. That's the producer saying, oh, my beat is dope, I think this artist will sound good on my dope beat. You're not really thinking about what's best for the artist. And as a true music producer myself, I believe in this method because the songs come out the dopest, right? And that's what it is like you really want to make the dopest product that you can. And it all, if you're a producer, you got to produce, and producing means working with the artist. If you have an artist to work with and create that music together, if you can do that. um but pulling old music, pulling old beats and that or whatever, like, yeah, the artist can do that. They can get on them old beats or whatever, but that's not producing. That's just like, oh, I got some music sitting around, I think they'll go good on. And like, that's not producing music. That's not music production. And that's just my opinion. So as an artist, yeah, with BeatStars, leasing beats, buying beats, that's a no-go because as an artist, you want personal attention. You want somebody that gets you, somebody that can create music for you, that you can get on and easily, kill it with your personality, and you guys work in tandem together. This culture of producers just sending beats to artists and then hoping for magic is crazy to me. That's not production. That's not producing to me. You know, that's beat making. If you make the beat by yourself, there's no artist involved, and then you send the artist the beat, they could make magic on it, sometimes, but that's not producing, that's beat making. You're not producing unless that the artist is involved in the process. Not saying that they got to be on there doing percussions and stuff, but you at least know about the artist's personality, their background, the story that they want to tell, to be able to craft something musically that fits them, right? Something that they can really express themselves on. It's not just about making music that we feel like is dope. And a lot of us as producers will get like that. We'll get egocentric and be like, oh, this beat is dope. All I need is somebody to get on there and kill it. That's not producing, that's beat making. So just in case you guys don't know that. So going back to the comments here, I digress. Thank you so much, Petrol, for that comment. I think BeatStars and things like need to just be a separate entity, especially since there's no agreement or paperwork showing copyrights or splits. The only thing, and I agree with you, the only thing that I feel like those sites are good for is A, for the producers to make some kind of revenue, which is never a bad thing. But B, if you're an artist, just for your creativity, and just for you to keep your sword sharp, because there's a lot of dope producers with BeatStars pages. Not gonna front. There's a lot of dope beats on those sites. But if you think they're dope, a lot of other people think they're dope too. So the exclusivity thing is probably going to go out the window, you know. But even if you do get music from BeatStars or sites like that, or you're buying or leasing beats from somebody, try your damnedest to do a one pager with them. Ask Chat GPT to put something together. Just put the parameters. Hey, I'm doing a licensing agreement with somebody. I'm buying beats from them. I want total exclusivity. I want the rights to be able to do what I want. When I buy this, it's mine, and keep them, give them the writer share. Like you split it 50-50, even though you're buying it exclusive, keep their writer share on there so they can have their writer share. So whatever happens, they get paid and their royalties or whatever, and they don't come tripping on you later on, even though you have paperwork in place. Like you just don't want the smoke, man. You don't want no issues. And you want the freedom to do that. Um, Chances are, like I said before, if you come to the situation with value, tell them, hey man, we're going to sync with this. I got situation popping or whatever, you're going to get a lot more cooperation from producers. But to be honest with you, a lot of artists don't move right. So producers don't trust them. Producers aren't willing to just give you exclusive to those beats, knowing that you're just going to go make a terrible song or a funky ass video or something like that. And so it goes both ways. You got to bring value, and then the producers got to start producing music and stop just trying to money grab, because it really cheapens you as a producer to just have a million beats online or whatever. Um, and you know what? I take that back. I won't say it cheapens you because there's a lane for that. I disagree with what I just said. I take that back. It doesn't cheapen you. Um, there's guys like Gummy Beats. You guys know Gummy's been doing it for years. But like Terrence said, there is a season for that. Gummy and a bunch of guys. Uh, you guys remember Johnny Giuliano? Don't even see him no more, but he was one of those beat guys that was selling beats. Probably made $1 million selling beats or whatever. That was like 10 years ago, right? So now we're in a different climate, and you guys are really up here fighting on my lap. Um, See, look, they're both on my lap fighting. They just cute as hell. Um, y'all get down. So it's a different climate. So this is the climate of paperwork. So if you're a producer, I'm not going to discourage you from having a BeatStar site. Like, do your thing. But if you're an artist, you got to protect yourself because the producers are trying to eat. They're trying to get as much money per beat as possible. That's why those sites are on there. The beat stores, they're up there to make money. And if they can keep making money off the same beats over and over again, they're just absolutely going to do that. And exclusivity is a gray area for sure. So with all that being said, let me go to the comments here real quick. Hyped it is good for promo, fairly cheap, just for okay. Working with an artist for sync is always a more interesting endeavor, especially these days. It could be worth skipping the placement fee if you have a quality project that can go in many directions versus the latter. Absolutely. When I say bring value with sync, we're putting out them sync records too, right? So bringing value means stretching that music. So we're going to do sync, we're going to put it on the DSPs. I think it's dope. I'm going to perform it. I'm going to do a lyric video for it, a music video for it. I'm going to promote as much as I can. I'm going to do, like, let that producer know that y'all are working together and they're not just going to drop off a beat for you to just do whatever you want to with it. Mulholland Drive was a back and forth with Taekwon and FM, and I really got a rush out of that. Change this. What about adding this? That was beautiful. We built it together. That's what's missing. That's producing, brother. That's producing music. If you remember back in the day, and I'm talking back in the day, there were no computers, right? So there was no email. So there was no just like, let me just do this and email this beat to this person or with an MP3. Or like, nah, you like, first of all, you damn near had to know how to play an instrument to even make music, right? And everybody had to be in the same room. It's just how it was. So now you kind of have, if you want the dopest music, you kind of have that same mentality. You virtually in the same room. We did it digitally, but we're in the same room. You give us a sketch, we're like, okay. He laid vocals on it. He sent it to me. I'm like, okay, I'm listening to it. I'm like, okay, this part is empty right here. We need this and that. I went ahead and laid my piece, went back, tightened it up or whatever. And so now we got a good product. That's chef work. That's cooking. That's not microwave beat making. That's us with the chef hats, adding need a little bit more of this and a little bit more of that. That's how the music comes out dope. It's way more productive to do that. You're building when you do that. And again, the music is doper when you do that. You're not slapping stuff together. And at the end of the day, that's what you want to be is dope, right? You want to be known for being dope, not just putting stuff out. You want to be hot. Like, you want people to really respect what you're doing. So let's see. Going back to the comments. Taquan Black is up in here. Too small to ball. Shout out Tay. Zello, what's up, brother? Zello says to Beats, if you're in the sync, you're in the right place. Absolutely, man. I appreciate you. So KJ Rhodes says, right, the producing, that is producing. You sat in the studio and make music together, and then you made changes sitting at the SSL or the Neve during the edits and mixes. Absolutely. So these days, God, you guys are on 10 today. So these days, there's less and less big studios and more home studios. And because there's home studios, we're not really kitty. We're not really we're not really going to big studios and we're not inviting people to our houses. So there are platforms, Skype, Zoom, whatever it is, uh OBS, social media for us to be able to collaborate, right? Digitally. We can do screen sharing. I could have Petro take over my DAW from his house. I could take over his DAW from my house, and I'm moving my mouse and he can see the cursor moving around or whatever. So just depending on what we're doing. See this cat looking at me. Oh my God, this eye contact is crazy. Um, and so that's what it is, man. Collaboration is going to come up with the best stuff. And then, like I say, you're building alliances, you're building people that you can go to and that you can work with. And when you're just selling beats to people, there's nothing like that going on. Got me out here making me want to adopt a cat. Cats are the best, man. Shout out to my cat Karma. I ain't gonna talk about her because, like I said, I'll well up. But best pet ever had. She was the best pet ever. She was the best pet ever. Shout out to Karma. I love you, Karma. She just passed away last week. And so the day we found out, I was in shock and I went and got these two from my other cat, Max, who's in the living room getting used to their smells. And yeah, I went and adopted these two. So after I get off the live, I have to take this one to the vet to get a shot because she's getting a cold from this one, T'Challa. This T'Challa and Shuri. And T'Challa went to the vet yesterday. I took him and he got a shot and some meds. Oh, I got to give him his meds. That's right. And she started sneezing this morning. It just happens when you get cats from the pound. They're being there together, and sometimes they get a little cold and stuff. Karma and Max. Max was in the living room. I had to get Max shots when he was little too. You see these two? They just want to fight. Look, check it out. Y'all not gonna fight? Oh, you ain't talking? Okay, all right. So yeah. So there it is. There. Shout out to Zello popping in here, man. We appreciate you. So there it is, the long and the short, man. Should you buy beats? Yeah, you should buy beats if you're trying to keep your creative edge. But if you're buying beats, this is the summation of the live today. If you're buying beats from people, get that paperwork. Don't rely on anything that says on the site as far as exclusive because that don't mean nothing. You can't trust that, right? That's not going to hold water. You need to get an actual agreement that gives the rights of that music to you, right? With them having their right to share it. If that's just what's fair, they made the beat, right? Unless you want to pay a whole bunch more money and get it 100% exclusive, but give them their right to share. But make sure you do a one pager and that states that you have all rights to the master and copyright. I mean, the master um, of that music, so you can do what you need to do and not face any repercussions later. Any questions? Any questions for Shuri? Any questions for T'Challa? Chala for short. What's up, Chala? Oh, Saw you guys on, so tune in while working. That's what's up, man. We appreciate you coming in while you're working. I told you, man, the people that are in this community, we got a small room today, but it's all good. But the people that are in here, they're very, very supportive of each other. And I just love it. It's a dope community. So with all that being said, we're gonna go ahead and get to the questions. It's 11:59. I gotta get out of here, get this little one to the vet. Chala keeps popping up here. What's up, Chala? Come here. Sit on my lap. Quick Q&A, and then we're gonna get out of here, guys. Beats by Willie T, man. Welcome to the community. We're gonna try to have it even more lit next week. But you see what it is, man. We're very, 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 very supportive in this community. We talk about a lot, we learn a lot. We make sure that every time you come here, you leave with something. You guys want to sit one on each leg. If you can see them laying on my legs right now, this is the cutest thing ever. All right, quick Q&A, y'all. Let's go. And the thing about it is, we don't got to just be talking about beat sites and selling beats and buying beats. This is a Q&A about anything sync. What do I think about the BMI stuff? Okay, so let me tell you what I think about the BMI stuff. I was reading up on that, by the way, too. And so apparently, what they're saying is they're trying to improve the service, right? They're going to try to come in, they're going to implement a lot of technology that is in turn going to bring uh probably a slightly higher royalty rate and more royalties to us, right? This remains to be seen. And that's pretty much my opinion of it. It remains to be seen. I know how it is when these companies are tech driven and acquisition driven, and it seems like the people that came in to buy BMI, they're an investment group, so that's what they do. They acquire stuff. Um, that's what it's about, right? And so they acquire BMI, and then they probably are either buying or have a bunch of other technology companies that are related. Think Song Trader. Song Trader does it, right? Song Trader, every month and a half, 2 months, you see the owner of Song Trader just acquired another tech company or AI based company that helps sync in some way. One is metadata generation or something like that or whatever. So I think that's what we're looking at with BMI. Is it going to remain efficient or become even more efficient? It remains to be seen. I thought it was, excuse me, I thought it was a wrap when I first saw the announcement that they were selling, but then I saw that the investment group was going to start, implementing technologies that are going to bring, smoother royalty experience, royalty collection experience to us, and even, more royalties. Um, Maybe even circumvent missing royalties, Q sheets, and that kind of thing, or whatever. But it remains to be seen. So I don't really have an opinion on it so far. Some people are really like, it touched them a little bit because, they're selling BMI. So they immediately like, I'm going to jump ship and go to ASCAP. ASCAP ain't no parade. The only good thing that I see at ASCAP that's better than BMI is that you can get on the site and edit your mistakes at where you have a registration you messed up on, it needs to be changed. You got to hit BMI up and they do it for you, right? Um, but they both have their issues. They both, Q sheets missing, low royalties, not paying out sometimes, us having to chase down stuff or whatever. So like it's the nature of the beast. I had said in uh um DIY, one of DIY music business comments this week, that I think we need just another PRO. I think that we need a whole new PRO that's not CSAC, ASCAP, or BMI, that's 100% about us, the writers, and getting the writers all the money that we're supposed to have and the rates that we deserve, and still with them being able to make money. Now, the whole profit, nonprofit thing, I can't speak on that too much because I don't really know about it. I try to only speak on the stuff I know. But I know that them switching from, I think, nonprofit to profit has something to do with it. They're trying to make some money. So I don't know. I'm not sure. It remains to be seen. But as a music publisher, I have all of them. I'm published with ASCAP, BMI, and CSAC. So um, I wasn't compelled to jump ship or anything like that right away. So we'll see. Let me go to the comments real quick, real quick. And Zello, thank you for that question, man. I appreciate it. Great, great question. Garvey Maynard said it's an expiring part of the industry. However, it's about continuous dedication to the process that get your funds right. Absolutely. 100% Garvey. Shout out to Garvey for being alive. Everybody give Garvey some love. A PRO that can also do live track detection would be cool. You know, you would think they would have that already. We wouldn't have to go to like TuneSat. There would be TuneSat integrated in the PRO, right? You know, I'm not sure how they're tracking everything anyway, but it should be real time. It should be real time. That way, everything is like 100% taken care of and monitored. So that's a great, great suggestion, Segura. Agreed. The ASCAP blanket is cool, but it sometimes misses things. Yeah, because nothing is perfect. Nothing is perfect. So, you know, we've had these performance rights organizations for years, for decades. BMI, ASCAP have been around for decades. So, and CSAC is fairly new, but you have to be invited to CSAC. So that's some old boys club that you can't just join CSAC if you want to. Um, but we have CSAC publishing. So yeah, there needs to be a new one. I think there needs to be a new one that's more grassroots, that's more involved in what we're doing and how we need to be compensated and our rights. One of the big problems with us as music producers and creatives, especially in the sync space, is we're not unionized. We don't have a union. We don't have any protections. So the royalty rates can be as low as they are. You saw what happened with the writer strike and the actor strike. They shut Hollywood down and they got some responses. Now, I'm sure that they're not getting paid all the many dollars that they want to get paid from the streaming, because the streaming is what it is. But the studio stepped up and said, okay, we're going to give you more money. We're going to make sure AI isn't coming in here and just taking your job. There's some contingencies, and the writers wrote off on theirs first, and then the actors just recently, a couple weeks ago, wrote off on theirs. But they're unionized and they're together. There's nobody in this space for us to do this. So maybe that's where we need to start. Maybe the PROs would be a little bit more adamant about collecting our royalties and paying us fairly if we were together and we, made some noise. I actually got on ChatGPT and did some studying about how to start a union. It's tedious as hell. It's a lot of work to do that. So, I was all, when the writer strike happened, I was, oh, we need a union. We need to, and really thought I was about to jump and start doing that. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I don't got time to, I need help with that. And so, maybe there's somebody that's really more dedicated and has the time to do it. I'm willing to jump in and help for sure and be part of a team. I just couldn't spearhead it myself. But that's something I think we absolutely need. Let me get out of here. I'm almost late. I'm late already. Quick questions, real quick. I'll give you another 20 seconds, and then we're going to get out of here. I might come back on this afternoon so we could continue this conversation, because it's already 12:07. I'm supposed to be out at 12 o'clock. So with that being said, um, you guys willing to pop back in here a little bit later, maybe in a couple hours? Give me a one in a comment. We can do like another 30 minutes or so later on in a couple hours. KJ Rose says, crazy thing, I was going to move over to BMI because I had always heard BMI was better than ASCAP in tracking and paying out royalties. Been with ASCAP for 25 years, was looking for a change. The grass is not always greener, brother. You're gonna get over here and get the same kind of issues. It's the nature of the beast. Stay where you are. Unless you had just a horrible situation with ASCAP. Um, Sagara says, if I'm done with this bathroom by there, that's hilarious. Get your bathroom done, man. I want you guys to be able to poop and take showers and stuff comfortably. Uh, so I see the ones in the comments. So let me get my butt out of here and go handle this business. And I'll see y'all guys in a couple hours. But yeah, going back to KJ, man, don't jump shit, man. It's the same stuff, different day. Don't even worry about it. KJ said, did you use that gold warm audio mic on Mulholland Drive? I heard those vocals. Actually, no, we used the blue. the $200-300 Bluebird mic. Um, Wait a minute, I don't even think Tay had that mic yet because I hadn't had the gold one yet when we did that. So nah, he used the old cheap microphone for that. Yeah. So shout out to Petrol for being able to clear vocals up and do his thing on the mix. So, but thank you so much. That's engineer game. That's Petrol doing his thing. I did my vocals on the Bluebird, and Tay did his vocals on a lesser mic than the Bluebird. So a lot of the stuff that we're going to be dropping in the coming months, the next few weeks or so, is going to be Bluebird game for the most part, and then we're doing some stuff on the gold one now. You're definitely going to hear the difference because we hear it on this gold. Matter of fact, this gold mic is so dope. I'm buying a new Apollo Twin quad for the PC because I'm going through a SSL interface, and it's cool, but the Apollo Twin is the best. And yeah, it's cool. The SSL interface is cool, but the Apollo kills it. The Apollo Twin kills that interface. It's the best interface for vocals right now for home that there is. The Apollo Twin, straight up. Fight me if you want to. Uh Petro says the vocal chain was SSL Vintage Fusion, SSL Channel Strip, and a few other things I'll have to pull up. Okay, stop. You know we're about to go. Yeah, the Apollo is another animal. Uh Books on the other side of the industry have laced me in the past. Books on this side of the industry of like, oh yeah, definitely want to learn up, read as much as you can, but there's nothing like being in an active community with people that are actually getting placements, have gotten placements, um and and are willing to teach and show you things. um it's just no replacing a dope community and being with the like-minded, man. That's why I'm so glad that we have this. So with all that being said, I'm gonna come back in a couple hours, as soon as I get the little kitty her shot, get back here. I'm gonna pop back here for like another half an hour or so we can finish up. And I love y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.